Hello, 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 hello. How are you, dear friend? Well, welcome in. And my name, if this is your first time here, my name is Olivia. I am a wife married to a man on the autism spectrum for 25 plus years, and we're still going strong by the grace of God by tools, systems, and all the other things, right? I am a content creator. I'm the founder of Peaceable Woman, and I am here. My heart for you, dear friend, is that you feel seen, that you feel heard, that you feel understood and validated on this journey that we call neurodiverse marriage, right? Where you and I are on the same journey. And that's my whole purpose for this channel. And so I am so, so glad you're here. You know, if you're married to a man, an autistic man, or you're just trying to navigate the holidays with someone who's on the spectrum, it doesn't have to be your husband. It could be anybody, a friend, family member. You know how this season can be. You know how stressful it can be. You know how tense it can be, right? Well, today I'm going to share with you exactly how to prepare for the holidays so you can actually enjoy them without going insane. Really, yes. Without losing your mind. That's what we're going to talk about. But before we dive in, go ahead, please, 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 and gently tap that like button. This is the way that, other wives can find this video. And also, please do this for me. Hit the subscribe button too. And so you can join our growing community of amazing women. And here on this channel, we talk about marriage. We talk about autism. We talk about how to stay sane in our marriages. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean peaceable. Okay. So are you ready? Are you? I hope so. Well, let's go. So can I tell you a quick story? Um, this was several years ago, many, many years ago, actually. It wasn't several. Um, and this story is about my husband and I. We were planning a holiday, and my husband and I, we talked about this, and he agreed that we could have people over. So my family, along with his family, were coming over for the holidays, and bless his heart, he did agree to it with some persuasion. So here's just one thing as I tell you the story. He's the cleaner in our house. Now, do not look at me. Well, maybe you're jealous. I don't know. But he is. He's the cleaner in our family. He's really good at it. And I do clean, but he tends to do it better and he's more thorough and all the things, right? And so when it came time to prep the house, I know that he was gonna like lock in and he was gonna do all these things, right? He was gonna get the house clean. And so my job was to cook. I like to make everyone feel special when they come into my home. I like a wonderful presentation, right? And so I'm setting the table. I'm finishing up the appetizers that were in the oven. I'm just making sure everything last minute checks were done. And what was he doing an hour before our guests were to arrive? Oh, it was time for him to sweep the floor and mop. Yeah, okay. Yes, I see you. Yeah, those are good things. He's helping. Yes, I hear you. Yes, they are. But an hour before? Okay. Oh, really, really, really quick. If you're enjoying this video, I would love, love, love for you to subscribe. We are building a community of women where we can help each other really build and change our lives as well as our marriages. So please, please, please subscribe and join our family today. Well, by the time, he got all this done, I'm still trying to move around. So by the time he finally came downstairs, right, because he had to get ready after all the cleaning he did, right? So we were almost finished eating. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was hot. I was furious. I was livid. I was angry. I was all of the things. I was enraged, but nobody saw it. I'm the ultimate hostess. So, the good thing about the story is everyone had a wonderful time. I was just so angry with him, right? So, looking back, I now realize that this was life with an autistic husband, right? And learning how to navigate moments like that is what helps holidays feel joyful and instead of chaotic. Okay. So that was my story. So let's talk about why the holidays can be stressful for your autistic spouse, your husband, other people on the spectrum. Let's kind of talk about it. So the holidays, we know that they bring a lot of real changes, right? There's different routines, there's, social expectations, there are new noises, there are new smells, you name it. Everything is going on, right? Everything is going on. So, for autistic individuals, this can be overwhelming. This can be really overwhelming for them. And so, research actually shows that disrupted routines and sensory overload are major sources of stress during the holidays for folks on the autism spectrum. And then you throw in like family expectations and gift giving pressures, and it's a recipe for disaster, for tension, for stress if you're not prepared for it. So that's why I'm doing the video. I'm thinking about it myself, right? Because I'm just you, maybe a couple of years ahead of you, right? So we're on this journey together. So um, I want to share with you four key conversations to have before the holidays. And I'm actually filming this like the very first week in October. So it doesn't really matter when you have this conversation, but I, I'm going to start having it this month. I would should have started like maybe last month in September. But and this is, you should have these key conversations, before any of the holidays. So, I'm thinking right now Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's is coming up. So this is the big holiday seasons that I celebrate. You may be in another part of the world and you celebrate at other times, or you may just celebrate other holidays. Different than what I do, and that's perfectly fine. But okay, four key conversations to have before the holidays. So here is, oh, that's my phone. And let me turn that off. I'm so sorry. Okay. So here's your first big step. Um, have these conversations ahead of time before the week before the day of. Please do that. Um, okay. My notes. All right. So number one, who's coming, hosting, or attending? So that's something you should really talk about. Okay, honey, this year, last year my sister hosted. So this year, I thought we would host. What are your feelings? What are you thinking about that? You talk about how many people, you're planning to have, and what that looks like. Number two, how long will the gathering last? That's a big one. That's a big one. And, you know, you want to give him, remember, direct, brief, clear, concise. That's how you communicate, right? So have your facts, have your stuff together, right? So how long will it last? You may say, honey, it'll last. I would say I'm going to give it 4 to 5 hours. If we tell everybody to be over by 4:30, there's always going to be stragglers. So we're really not starting until 5, just because I know my family and his. Um, and People get in, we get seated, talking, ha ha ha. You eat, you have your desserts, or we go right into game time. And so then are we having a game or two? And then, maybe people will stand around and get desserts. If there are leftovers, we're packing up leftovers, right? So give them a whole time frame. And you may have some stragglers, but you're kind of winding down your event at a certain time. So, okay, let's keep going. Number three, gift giving. How much, who, and what? So, you know, um, are we even giving gifts this year? Are we making gifts? I mean, mm. um, how much? Is our budget? What are we willing to spend? What are we comfortable with? Let's talk about it, right? And who are we going to buy for this year? Are we going to do like a white elephant gift? Are we all going to get in family and pull a piece of paper out and say, I'm going to buy a gift for you, and that's it? I mean, really kind of talk through what that will look like and what are you going to buy, right? So you got a budget. What are you going to buy and who? Okay, and then the final one, the fourth one, really talk about quiet exits. You're like, huh? Yeah. Where can he step away when he needs to reset? Because he's going to have to. He really is. And so if I knew this way back when, we would have had this conversation. And and he did, by the way, he did disappear for a while at our event. And that made me mad too. But anyway, now I know. So we plan these things, okay? So those were the four, right? Um, and having these conversations early can save you a lot of last minute stress. I'm telling you, I know it for a fact. And trust me, your husband will appreciate the plan just as much as you will. He really will. And so will you. It'll keep your blood pressure at a minimum. Instead of taking one pill, maybe you can go down to a half. I don't know. Okay, so let's keep going. You know, we were talking about gift giving. It can be tricky, right? So some autistic individuals find that the expectations around gifts are stressful. And here's a couple things that works. Number one, keep it simple. Fewer gifts with more meaning, more valuable, something that's a meaning, right? That has meaning to it, instead of just going out and buying the latest thing. Um, Number two, agree on a budget. We talked about that. And then number three, discuss presentation preferences. Wrapping can matter to your autistic spouse or the individual, right? So remember, not every reaction will look like what you expect from an autistic person, right? Um, Gratitude doesn't always look conventional, so that's okay. Um, so just kind of be aware of that too, right? Okay, let's keep going. Just having fun with my notes today. They are not cooperating with me. Um, all right. So let's talk about navigating the gathering, the event. Okay. So hosting or attending, your environment matters. It really does. And here are a few tips, okay, for navigating your gathering. So number one, create a sensory friendly space. A quiet room, soft lighting, lower the noise. Consider those things. Okay. And it may not be possible if you have a big family, let's be honest. But if you can create those spaces, and particularly, I mean, that's great. It may be a more intimate setting, but also thinking about giving him a space to run to. Um, Number two, have an exit plan, a signal he can give if he needs a break. So between you two, if you're looking at him and he comes up to you, or you're in the middle talking and you see him across the room and he's doing his glasses, he's really adjusting him, or he's doing his ears or something different, that's your signal that he's getting ready. He needs a break now or he's going to have a meltdown. So, you know that he's going to disappear, right? Okay. And then kind of prep your guest subtly. Be very subtle. Let family know gently what might happen. Okay. And so I've been married for over 25 plus years. So my family has a good idea how my husband operates. Okay. So, um, and my family knows how my husband operates. Okay. These small adjustments make a really huge difference for your husband. It really does. And listen, dear friend, dear sister, for your own sanity. Yeah. Mm. Let's get
Okay.
into taking care of you, some self-care for you, which I'm going to call you the NT wife, which stands for neurotypical wife. Okay. So here's the thing, dear friend. You need care too around the holidays. You do. It's a lot. I mean, work, uh, if you have children, kids, your autistic husband is enough. Your extended family, friends, expectations, what you're going to do, what you're going to buy, are you going to cook, blah, 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 how much, all of it, right? To consider. And what's true is you cannot pour from an empty cup, dear sister. You can't do it. You can't do it. So here's a couple things. During this time for your own self-care, take quiet breaks. You need them too, okay? Um, Go for a short walk, okay? Or, just sit with a cup of tea with a pretty cup, right? For 5 minutes and just relax your mind. And the better you take care of you, I'm going to tell you, the more peaceful the holidays will feel for the both of you, right? Yeah, exactly. So if you want a step-by-step plan for building emotional connection, and surviving the holidays without the chaos, then check out my course, Frazzled to Fulfill, Building Emotional Connection with Your Autistic Husband. And in this course that I've created for you, you'll learn how to communicate so he hears you in the way that he needs to hear you. Um, you'll learn how to set boundaries without having guilt. And you'll also learn how to create a home life that feels connected and peaceful, even during stressful times. So, you know, the main result of the course, what you'll get more understanding, you'll have less frustration, and a relationship that actually feels joyful even in the middle of holiday madness. Okay. So um, the link to the course is below in the description. So check it out. Check it out. All right, we're gonna land this plane. So listen, dear sister, remember holidays with an autistic spouse isn't about perfection. It's never going to happen. Okay. Um, they're about connection, understanding, and a little bit of flexibility. Yeah. Mhm. Start early, set your expectations, plan for his sensory needs. Okay. Um, and that means if he can't handle a lot of smell, you think about what you're going to prepare. Maybe you buy it and cater it. Maybe you go to a friend or family's house to prepare certain dishes, right? Just making those concessions, making those necessary choices so that you have a smooth holiday. And most importantly, take care of you. Take care of you because you're really the hostess with the mostest, right? Um, you've got this. I want to tell you that. You really, really do. So if this video has helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need it. Okay? Would you do that for me? Thank you. And from me to you, may your holidays be as peaceful and joyful as possible. I'll see you in the next video.